Well, you took your sweet time getting here, didn't you?
Is there a problem?
Yeah. I'd say there's a huge problem. We can kiss our primo space at Dillman's department store goodbye.
Well, wait, why would you...
Oh, that's because Fiona's giving it all to Billy. See, we're going to be lucky if we get a dusty shelf in between the clearance bin and the janitor's closet.
Fiona said that.
No, but I don't think she was saying much of anything else other than, oh, Billy, huh? You're so handsome.
Are you sure you're not overreacting here?
Overreacting?
I can see the state you're in. I know you. Whatever you heard or think you heard...
No, it is what I saw when I went to Billy's. He is sleeping with Fiona.
I have to say, I'm usually a bourbon kind of guy, but this vino you like is kind of thirst-quenching. Starting to acquire a taste for it.
Now that's a description they won't put on the bottle anytime soon.
But true, nonetheless, especially after riding through the countryside.
Yeah, it only doubled the speed limit.
Too fast for you?
No, the faster the better for me.
Really? Wow, I would have imagined you were a nice and slow kind of girl.
Well, I'm just full of surprises.
Hey, look, I'm so sorry we're early, but Johnny's been talking nonstop about this new playroom that you've got going, so I figured it'd be okay if we came.
Sorry, I didn't realize it had gotten so late.
Excuse me. Seriously?
Like you said, you're early.
I am not subjecting the children to this. We're turning right around and we're leaving. We're leaving
Sorry,
right
to
now.
do that, I will call the cops. The court awarded me visitation. This is a weekend we agreed upon. You can't ignore that because I have company when you show up.
Oh, is that what we're calling her?
We're not
Company?
going to do this in front of the kids.
You wouldn't dare call who you threatened to call on me.
You want to test me?
I am not leaving the kids here until your friend is gone.
My friend has a name. I'm pretty sure you know it.
Can we not belabor this to death, Billy?
Victoria, it's you that's making it into a thing.
This is how you're going to conduct business now at my company?
Rations as is your former company.
Trading shelf space for sleepovers. Disgusting,
It's
Billy.
interesting that you think about it that way.
Well, the woman was wearing your bathrobe. I can't believe we're even having this
There's
conversation.
nothing in our agreement that says I have to be celibate.
You know what? You're a real piece of work. If this is how you want to live your life, you might as well just forget about putting up the pretense of being a father.
Excuse me. I can take the kids to the playroom if you guys need to talk.
It's not going to be necessary. Victoria's leaving.
Well, I know how these conversations go. The last woman who stopped by slapped you.
Last woman?
Phyllis Abbott. Or maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Probably not.
Are you just going to stare at me like that? Aren't you going to say anything?
Well, if it's true, I guess I'm not surprised. Look, cozying up to one of the buyers to gain a competitive advantage is right in Billy's wheelhouse. I'm a little surprised Fiona went along with this. Are you sure?
That woman was at his house, strolling through it like she owned it. There's no mistaking what I saw, or what I could have seen if I got there a few minutes
Well,
earlier.
I'm actually surprised you went to Billy's at all, particularly after the way you were talking before. You said you were done supporting him.
I could not stand the way that he was flaunting her at the meeting. He was shoving it in your face, grinning at how far he
Then
would
it
go.
was the breach of business ethics.
It's unprofessional.
And you don't put up with that. You.
It's one thing to want revenge on Victor, but it's another to go after people you care about. He is turning into a Victor clone. And so, yes, I was so upset, I was so disgusted that I slapped him across the face.
You did what? You slapped Billy? Why would you do that?
I have damaged our relationship defending your brother in the last few months. I went there to plead with him to stop treating you like the enemy, and that the only reason you fired him was so that you could give him another chance to resurrect his marriage and be with his kids, which is the most important thing to him.
And how did that go over?
Not well. He was smug. He was cavalier. He was superior. And I just reacted. And I slapped him because of what he's doing to you. And what he's doing to Victoria and Johnny and Katie.
And you.
Trust me, he needed it. And it didn't hurt him one bit. If anything, I'm the one who broke a nail.
Here's what I don't get. This is one buyer for one department store. Is it really worth all the anxiety?
Yeah, it's worth it to me.
You want to know what I think happened? I'll tell you. You just came to realize how far gone Billy really is. This is something I've been wrestling with for a long time now.
You've been saying it all along, that he hasn't been thinking straight. And I've just been giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Hey, we all have.
I've been so stupid. I've been really stupid.
We all have to remember Billy is an addict. He's an addict. Honey, if he wants to find rock bottom again for the umpteenth time, there's nothing you or I or anybody else can do to stop him.
You were going to stay away from my children, and you're going to leave this house right now. Lovely seeing you too, Victoria. Oh, hey, say hello to your father for me.
I'm sorry. Sorry about this.
No big deal. I get to walk away. Good luck. Talk soon. The kids have snacks in Johnny's backpack. He's on a graham cracker and apples kick lately.
Really? We're not going to talk about this?
You know, I
right
really
now?
think that we've talked about everything there is to talk about. There might have been a time when I would be upset to find that woman here, but right now I feel nothing.
Nothing.
No, nothing. The only thing that I feel is grateful to be rid of you. I'll pick the kids up at the regular time tomorrow.
Excuse me.
Hey, buddy. How's my boy, huh? Guess what? You are going to be so excited when you see this playroom that I built for you and your sister. It's the best. About the Lonely King?
No.
No? Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. The Lonely King lived in a big castle on the mountaintop. And he had a son. You know what? He looked a lot like you. He was about the same age as you. Little Prince lived down with his mommy down at the bottom of the mountain. Until one day, a big dragon was flying through the air, and he was heading right for the top of the mountain. And everybody ran away except for the little prince. He ran to the top of the mountain to help protect his dad. And the little prince was brave, and he was strong. And they fought the dragon, and they beat the dragon, and the dragon went away. Never came back, ever again. And then the little boy said to his dad, you know what, Dad? I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to make sure that you're always here. I'm always here to protect you.
But where's the mom?
Mom lived down at the bottom of the mountain. But the king was never lonely because his little boy lived with him. To this day, they live in that castle on the mountaintop. Together. It's me and you, buddy. Yeah? Yeah? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
All of a sudden, I'm starved.
Well, I will get us a couple of menus.
So hungry. I hope I don't eat them before we
Oh,
order.
no.
And I just lost my appetite.
Well, we meet again.
Fiona, I don't mean to be rude. My wife and I were just about to have a nice meal together. Could we talk business later?
Aren't you just the least bit curious?
About?
Whether your brother and I will be doing business together.
Frankly, I couldn't care less.
Jack, you're not a very good liar.
Whatever you and Billy have cooked up together is none of my concern. In the meantime, Chabot has a contract with Dillman's that promises us a certain percentage of shelf space and promotional time. I'm sure you're going to honor that contract.
Contracts are made to be broken.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on.
If this is the way we're talking now, I think perhaps you should speak to our lawyers. We're through here.
You're making a scene in public. It's very disappointing.
I'm actually surprised you can say that with a straight face, Phyllis, given how drama-filled the Abbott family seems to be.
I don't know where you get that.
Jack, come on, don't insult my intelligence. You and Billy are involved in one very public, very messy dispute, and I seem to have wandered into the middle of it. It's bad for business, it's a distraction, bad for the bottom line.
You should move your bottom line and just do your job. Let the two of them duke it out.
I have a better idea. Why don't I drop them both?
Wait, hold on a minute. You can't make that decision.
I just did. Effective immediately, Dillman's stores will no longer be carrying Jabot or products from the Brash and Sassy line. Plenty of companies out there who won't be half as much trouble to do business with.
Can you believe that?
Actually, I can't. She's incredibly self-absorbed.
Billy's reckless behavior is affecting us all again. Enough.
Jack, what are you doing?
I'm going to handle this.
I'd like some answers.
No, I didn't take Billy to bed. Probably would have if we hadn't been interrupted. Oh, and you can thank me anytime for not telling Jack you slapped his brother.
Well, I wish you had. I would have loved to seen the look on your face when you broke the news that I already told him. So you made this big pronouncement that you no longer are interested in working with Jack or Billy. So I think you need to do yourself a favor, make a clean exit. And do not overestimate her looks, because they will fade very quickly.
So you told Jack about the slap. Very brave. I bet you didn't tell him why.
Excuse me?
You slapped his very handsome, very charming brother because you're jealous.
Kids are here. You want to tone it down a notch?
Fine. Where are they?
They're in the playroom. Yes, I turned my mom's office into a kid paradise.
They're going to be all right alone up there?
Yeah, they're fine.
Good. We need to talk.
Look, Jack, I've already been called a lousy father and an out-and-out liar. I've kind of had enough love
This
for tonight.
can't wait. Phyllis told me what happened between you two.
What exactly did Phyllis tell you, Jack?
That she came here to reason with you. That she found Fiona here in what was clearly more than a business meeting. That she was sick of your plan to stick it to Jabot, and she hauled off and slapped you.
Yeah, she did. But you know what? I've been slapped so many times now. It's kind of forget that they happen. Look, if you're here to get me to calm down and back off just because you say so, you're wasting your time.
You know, I would say you're better than this, but lately I'm not so sure. When your strongest ally wants nothing to do with you, that should tell you something. You know what it tells me? You blew it, Billy, with everyone. Your family, your friends, your ex, and now your work. In case you haven't gotten the memo, Dillman's will no longer be carrying any of our products, yours or mine. You aced us both out.
I don't know what you're talking about right now, Jack.
I heard it from the horse's mouth.
Fiona? No, see, Fiona and I, we have a little understanding. Yeah, promises were made.
Promises were broken.
I don't buy it, Jack.
Fiona is a businesswoman. She doesn't give a damn about our family drama. In fact, she does not want to be pulled into the middle of a war. Of course, war implies a two-sided thing. This is all you acting out. No wonder she dumped us.
Well, as Victoria's very wise, very incarcerated father would say, it's just business.
It isn't just business. You're hurting people now. People you claim to care about. We're near the breaking point here, Billy. Where does this end?
You think I'm jealous? I think that you're out of your tiny little model mind.
You pretend that everything you do is for Jabot's sake, and Jack's. But I know the truth, Phyllis.
Really?
When you charged over to his place, you accused Billy of parading me in front of you and Jack to get a reaction. Well, you sure got one.
You have no idea who you're dealing with, do you?
I know exactly who I'm dealing with. You couldn't stand the thought that Billy took another woman to bed. Because that's where you want to be. You really want to clock me right now, don't you? Not something you want to make a habit of. People might start to catch on. Can't have that.
You take care of your own life, Jack.
That's what I am doing here, Billy. You are part of my life. I'm not sure how much longer you will be if you keep this up.
I've had it up to here with your self-righteous attitude. What do you expect? You're going to barge into my house, interrupt my time with my kids to what? Give me a scolding? Guilt me into selling Brash and Sassy back to Victoria? You want me to obey your every command, Jack? Is that what you want?
You don't care who you hurt or how, do you?
Listen to you. You can't stop with the guilt, can you? You're like a samurai master with your cut-down Billy sword.
You need to listen to
Jack,
me.
I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do, okay? I'm not going to play the family screw-up any longer. I know how hard you've worked to paint me into that role, but I am done. I'm not going to apologize for my life. I am not going to accept the crumbs that you toss my way. I am going to take what is mine, whether that is my company, my children, or a woman.